Mission Rescue! You are all members of an intergalactic rescue group called Such Rescue. You are hailed by the castle, and it is the notorious General Gato.
Arigato, General Gato.
The leader of Felinitus's army.
Dagoth then just wiggles himself out of the entranceway here to get into the ballroom.
So we've discovered the dogs that are being held captive here, either in the cells or in the indoctrination room. We're now about to mount the final rescue effort.
Yes, we need to act quickly and go right meow.
Where are we going? North.
Welcome to Deges Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games.
Welcome to Deges Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby.
Your presence requested in exchange for treasures.
Red River.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
Welcome back to Deges Dragons. Last we left the crew, they were in the comms room. They had just gotten a view of the entire castle scratch post, and we're now about to enter the pound area to free all of the dogs, which they were able to obtain the exact names and classifications of all the dogs after the group hacked into the computer system. And we're now preparing to save the dogs and partake in this assault.
Glorious. Well, I suppose we should, second first, same as the first, just shoot the door off of its hinges and bust through the door room, seeing how we're expecting, how many guards were there?
So it's kind of like two rooms, and there's one in each room, but there's like an open doorway between the two. Okay, yeah, so we'll officially enter combat.
Mm-hmm.
So let's roll initiative.
10
for Jack.
10 for Jack.
Dagoth is on a 6.
That was bold.
And Magnus.
An 8.
So you blast off the hinges, enter the room. Upon entering, you see the guards on standby. The first guard will spin his laser staff around, all fancy-like, and then actually throw it at you. And will hit for 1 damage. And then Jack will go.
Would I be able to take one action to take one of the bolts, one of the bolts that I have that comes apart into a net, and maybe use part of the net to tie it together so it's just a single projectile or something? I don't know.
It's just an alternate mode.
Alternate shoot mode?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to essentially shoot one of them. I basically want to see if I can just pin one of them to the nearest wall with the spike, hit their clothing, our armor or whatever.
A hood or something.
A hood or something, yeah, like that. And pin that to the wall so they're kind of subdued.
I'll say that's you can do that with a disadvantage guard.
At a disadvantage, I'd only roll 1.
Yes.
And I'll roll my lucky one. 6.
All right. Yeah. So you roll into the room underneath Dagoth's legs, and you just fire off this shot, and the guard who was spinning it around and went to throw it, and as he was paused there right after the throw, you come in and you shoot it just right where it clips the leather armor and brings him against the cell, and that then wraps around the cell, so he's kind of stuck there.
Nice.
So with one guard out of the way, I'm going to rush the other one with my sword and just attack melee style.
Awesome.
Looking to swing sideways and clonk him on the back of the head, bunny foo-foo style. A 4 and a 1 and a 5.
Okay, so you rush in, you bonk him on the back of the head, and he stumbles a little bit, and he's off balance, and you're just right there ready to throw down. Now it's his turn to act. So he turns with his staff, and he goes to take a couple of swings back at Magnus. A miss and a miss. He goes, spins it around, and Magnus deflects the first blow. Goes to spin around, hit from the other side. Magnus also deflects that blow and just stares. Then that brings up Spolge.
The one that was just attacked, how's he looking?
He's taken a blow. You know that he could probably take a few more shots before being completely incapacitated.
Okay, Spolge is going to help Magnus out and take several more shots at that guy.
Okay.
So 2 double shots. So I roll 4d6?
Yep. Yeah. So 4 individual shots at 1d6.
Whoa. Okay. 3, 5, 5, 6.
Okay. So, yeah. So you just do the good old fashioned unload, and while you see like his attacks being deflected by Magnus, he's just barraged in the back by these like sonic blasts, and then just his face collapses onto Magnus's chest.
How'd you like those sonic hits, hedgehog?
With those words, closes its eyes and falls down.
What a way to go.
So the other guard is just stuck against the cell, and this one is knocked out.
All right, sweet. Sounds like we cleared room 1.
All right, and this is the prison, so all the dogs are also in the cells in here as well.
Yeah. So aside from the few that are in the indoctrination room,
Yeah.
over here.
I guess I will motion to Jack to search the guards to see if there's any like key cards or any kind of badge to be able to unlock the prisons.
And I oblige.
Yeah, they have keys. Yeah.
Okay.
Open the doors.
So yeah, then I guess also give Jack the responsibility to, I guess, tell the dogs to go back to the ship, because we still have more dogs to save.
So Jack is who let the dogs out?
Jack is indeed who let the dogs out.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that, and I'll try to empathically. I don't know how I'm gonna empathically tell them that, but I'll try.
Well, I mean, we can give them instructions, and then you can like empathically be like, "Do you understand?"
So you can have Gizmo lead them back to the ship.
Oh, that's smart. We do have a dog.
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
So you could
That was obviously the captain's idea.
yeah.
Keep forgetting about our NPCs.
Right, yeah. You could relay to the dogs, like, follow Gizmo. So, a nice simple command. And they do recognize that you just freed them, so they go happily. But looking around the cell, you actually see like all sorts of like exquisite food laying around. So what happens here is the chef would make these just delicious, fabulous meals for Felinitas, but Felinitas would take like a bite and then be done. So then there's just all sorts of leftovers, which then would go to the prisoners. But the cats see it as like the ultimate like disgraceful food because it's already, like had a bite taken out of it by one of them. But the dogs are just like, they don't care whatsoever.
Oh no, twist my arm.
Yeah, right.
Aw.
Yeah. So you see that they have in fact been eating very well, unbeknownst to the cats. So they depart. They leave with Gizmo.
So I guess at this point we'll try to follow the blueprints to the quickest way to the indoctrination chambers.
It's a very simple pathway from there. So you go into the next cell over, and then from the exit there to the east, you would have to re-enter one of the small tube tunnels, but that would lead you straight there.
Glorious.
So you squeeze in and you follow the blueprints, and you make your way in, and you do see the dark room with the projector, and there are a few dogs just still sitting there, and they all look over in unison as you start making your way in, and Dr. Bartholomew is still there, like, and this is why cats are the greatest beings in the world. They're the smartest, the fastest, always land on all 4 feet. Let's not forget, we have 9 lives. How many lives do you have? And it's just going on and on about all this propaganda that you all recognize the dogs don't understand a word he's saying. They're just kind of just like, but he's sitting there like, the dogs won't break. they're so steadfast in
Their wills are too strong.
So he,
No wonder they're Nan's best friend.
yeah. So he doesn't recognize them turning away, nor you in the entryway, even though it's incredibly obvious.
It just proclaims like, "Would you like to put the 9 lives theory to the test, Doctor?"
So you'll just like force your way through the tunnel and stand up, towering over him, and say that to him.
Yup.
Let's do the charisma
Okay.
bonus check here.
That is a success. I got 1-6.
Boom. Oh, I'd rather not. Now that we're bringing it up.
Very well. You may leave. Class is dismissed.
All right then. And he's just like slowly backing away into the room to the west, which from the blueprints is the barracks.
Is there any way to lock or jam the door behind him? Oh wait, hold on. McShnee, break that door. Make sure it doesn't open again.
Yes! What would he likely have on his person that could break something down?
There's so many things, like digging through the garbage about, like, just...
Oh, that's true. Does he have like a piece of like scrap metal that he could just beat the crap out of it with?
Yeah,
You did
for
say
sure.
you collected a lot of scrap metal earlier.
I did have a
Yeah.
lot of scrap metal.
Yeah, you could definitely just like jam it right into the locking mechanism
And
and
just kind of like crack it open.
yeah, crack it in there, and
Crowbar.
then just start wedging like slabs of steel into the door so it could just not get past it.
Perfect.
You're very proficient at breaking things.
He would be just going at it. Full force.
So you free the rest of the dogs, and you know that these were the last ones that were being kept prisoner here.
Is the Gene or Jin A here?
Yes, yeah. It's
Okay.
a red strawberry blonde coat.
Very, very happy-go-lucky golden retriever.
Yeah.
Never stops barking though. Never gives me a quiet moment during the day.
Once we make sure that all the dogs are safely on board, then I'll ask my crew whether or not they are willing to charge in to take Phineas down a peg or 2 or 11. Huzzah!
I can only count to 6, but like I'll go to whatever peg you want.
You said you had 90 years of experience and you can only count to 6?
I only have 6 fingers, okay? Like after that, like what do I do?
Oh,
I just stole this resume from somebody else.
Yeah, I did. I re-look at the resume and now I'm noticing that there was a name that was just scratched out in crayon.
But he couldn't even like spell his proper name. It's just scribbles above it.
Yeah, it's like a loose drawing of his self-portrait.
So Cap and I had an idea. We had that mechanical room that Gizmo didn't smell anything. Do you know if there's any armaments back in that room that we could potentially disable or sabotage and just blow the place up on our way out? And then
Do we know what was in that direction?
That's the room that ended up having cat mechs in it.
Okay. So there could be some room for sabotage in there for sure. Did we, when we were in the monitor room, did we notice that there were guards there?
There was just like a single like caretaker. He's like not
Okay.
armored or having a weapon or anything.
So yes, Magnus, I believe this is a
value added course of action.
There we go. That's why you're number 2.
I'm just worried about trying to take on this cat one-on-one with the dogs back on the ship. Feel like we should get the dogs off planet and come back for that feline another day.
Yes, let's let him know it was us as well.
I can
Doggo was
write-
here.
I can write the graffiti.
No, we should just have all the dogs mark their territory everywhere.
Oh my god.
Or we could be like the leaky bandits and leave all the faucets on the way out.
Yeah, turn on the sprinkler system after we, blow everything up. Off of Magnus's suggestion, we should head over to that mech room to see if there's any way we can suitably sabotage it to hopefully go out in a rather large bang.
Yeah, because if we could take out their litter box mechanism and their place would be overflowing with piled up mounds of poop.
So evil.
And they would hate that.
Yeah. So the dogs mark everything on their way out. You turn on all the
Yes.
faucets. You graffiti such rescue on the wall. Then you go to the mech room to sabotage it, blow up the mechs, and effectively disable the litter box so that their business piles up. It's like a pretty good way to leave a castle without actually killing them.
I like that.
Yeah.
What the hell happened here?
My castle! No. So you go to the mech room. There's the one cat caretaker there who's just like polishing the mechs. Who at the sight of you just like and just like goes into the back corner.
Tell me, what is the best way to blow this place up?
I really want to know.
Um,
I need
So-
to know.
So I think with like Spolge's experience here, that could definitely find a way to arm each mech as an explosive device individually. So it would definitely cause just like a chain reaction of explosives there.
Like that a great deal.
Yeah.
And
Oh, the
you
mech's ultimate weapon is just this giant button that says "Vomit Comet."
One of the dogs apparently escaped to attack me.
Oh no! Oh my god, the tail.
Yes, one of the dogs escaped. And you are
He was marking this room for us.
Yeah, he's marking that room. Yeah. So, and with the
Why am I wet?
whoever anybody can make it, but make it with advantage as like it's a group thing.
I failed.
So did I. Big
One and
time.
one.
With advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage.
Roll,
You do one
roll
more.
another die.
Oh,
Because I got 1, 1, and 1.
4. I got
Womp
1, 1, and 4. Not a smart bunch.
Okay, so never mind.
Womp womp.
You do set the mechs to the Vomit Comet system is malfunctioned, and so it's just perpetually storing up energy so that eventually they will all explode. So you have time to leave Scratch Post.
We know when it's about to burst because we just hear this sickening noise. Just
All the mechs.
The timer. Oh god, they're getting closer together.
So you flee Castle. Castle Scratch Post, and like on your way out, like as you're charging, you do hear the build up of, and they get closer together, and you get to the exit, and there's this massive explosion, and half of the castle just gets blown apart, and you do see like all sorts of like electricity as stuff starts malfunctioning, and the sprinklers turn on, and you hear just some massive generator powered down, which you know in your gut was the litter box generator. Oh no. So you retreat back to Flabberghast. You have this whole slew of space dogs that you have now rescued, and you do have that elevator down. So you have this whole like separate room for all of them to hang out and play with each other.
Such rescue success.
Yeah, such rescue.
Wow.
Yes. So from there, you rocket off, and the jets that you have are kind of like fireworks, and they have like the such rescue symbol in your wake. And there's this zoom in of Felinitus Rex on his throne, who is sprawled out, who after all of this just slowly like turns and he looks up at the sky, and he sees the such rescue symbol, and just, "This shall not be the last such rescue." What was the most fun aspect of Tiny Frontiers?
So I liked being able to choose my own weaponry and equipment to kind of customize how I'd go about my battles. Because, I could have chosen any of those other weapons, but once I sort of committed to doing the energy-based crossbow, I had to come up with ways that I could use an energy-based crossbow. So I liked being able to pick and choose at the beginning and then run with it and kind of tell the tale that way. Customizing weaponry was kind of the coolest aspect for me.
Honestly, I was really anxious going into something without knowing anything about it prior. But like how simplistic the system is was definitely like the best part, because I just slipped right into it without giving it like a second thought, and it just kind of unraveled naturally. It's just like a really simple and easy engine to pick up that made things a lot better for me.
Well, I probably have to agree with Theo. The system as a whole is just really easy to kind of step into. There are like maybe a page or two of rules to kind of keep track of, and that's about it, which really gives you a strong narrative control of the game. You're not like boggled down by having, it's like, oh, I can't do that because my strength isn't high enough, or it's stuff like that. It's just reliant on the narrative, and those kind of games are always super fun and appealing for me.
And what was the most challenging part of Tiny Frontiers?
I'd say the DM storytelling, because, I don't know how much you guys really know about me, but I don't really care for cats or dogs. So for me to be thrown into a world where I'm a vet in a world full of cats and dogs, it's not really like my wheelhouse. But I still wanted to obviously play along. So for me, it was coming up with a way to live in this world that's outside my comfort zone. So it was definitely a challenge to kind of dive in wholeheartedly and really adopt it. But, I still thought it was fun. So it was challenging in a good way.
Honestly, nothing. The only thing I would say, I don't know, it's very simple. It's like I like playing weird races because, like, I'm a human and it gets old. I'm pretty done being a human IRL, but I don't really have the option to choose something else. So when presented with a weird, kooky race, definitely if they have different appendages than I do in real life, very appealing. But I can make things like that I might normally do a little different, but I like to play into that, like he can only count to 6 because he only has 6 fingers.
I never play the leader of the group. I personally hate being the leader and making the decisions. So I usually leave that to other party members of my usual games. So just being like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to be the captain today, whatever. It's going to be fine. Yeah, probably just being the leader. I definitely see myself more of like the lancer in the group. Just the attack dog, just like, go kill. I'm like, yes, let's go!
Tim, I feel bad that like this is your like first foray into role playing, and I had like such heavy themes that were.
No, it was good. Because like you guys pointed out, it was a really easy world to develop. There wasn't a lot of conditions that we had to meet. You know, we didn't do this giant character sheet and everything like that. So I'm not typically a role playing guy. I like more straightforward games, board games, stuff. But no, this was a lot of fun. It was cool.
So how were you able to relate to Magnus Tryggvason?
So obviously I based it slightly on a character that I have in my own book. What I tried to do was think how maybe my own Celtic ancestors might have fought, 500, 600, 700 years ago or something like that, and kind of run with it. I'm sure that anybody from any of the Celtic and Nordic countries who actually, live that life would probably laugh at anything that I ever do or say. But whatever, it's me. It's fiction. We're having fun. And the fact that I had my own armor and sword and could kind of customize how I played my own character in this world today was probably the way that I related to it the best. If I had taken some crazy approach to one of the weird aliens or something like that, it would have been an entirely different mindset of how to utilize my alien body structure and limbs and characteristics and stuff.
How were you able to relate to Spulge McSnee?
I mean, look at me. Deep down, I am a chaotic, destructive gremlin, which I have to like push down to conform in society. So being able to unleash it on a bunch of cats and technically my own party is, definitely me.
How are you able to relate to Dagoth?
Don't have the foggiest idea because I am not a 7-foot insectoid creature, nor am I a captain of a ship.
Not yet.
I guess I can. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
We do have a space force now.
That's I mean, crap. Yeah. I'm honestly not 100% sure. I guess the single-minded focus, like I was reading through the race descriptions, and the Invex tend to just kind of set their minds on one particular task and just kind of like hyper-focus towards that. And that's usually how I kind of get through, my workload for the most part, instead of just, tackling every problem at once. Just be like, no, just let's focus on one thing at a time and just take it one step at a time. So.
And how were you able to try something new?
I guess maybe trying to have a love for cats and dogs.
That's after what you were saying before. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize you had this like immense hatred for these animals.
Oh, no, it's not hatred. I'm not like I'm not a maniac or something. I'm allergic to cats, and I've had bad experiences with dogs. So it's not like any kind of like I'm not really gonna take a sword to a dog, or something. I guess going into the game, I thought Magnus was going to be just sort of a brute force warrior trying to like punch his way through. But being able to do kind of like the little rescue mission, trying to get Gizmo out with the ship, and distract the robot ship away, running back, was something I didn't really foresee at the start of the game. And that was kind of a surprise to me. But I saw the situation present itself and sort of just took grabbed the bull by the horns and went with it. It's time to rescue the dogs. Get ready for a catastrophe.
Being a weird race is me trying something new. I feel like if I had picked a human, it wouldn't have been really anything different than I've done in other campaigns. But I really liked this, like the second that I was scrolling through the PDF, and I was like, ooh, I want to be that. I want to be that. I want to do that. I played like goblins and whatnot in the past, but I've never been a football-headed, three-eyed, three-toed, like weird gremlin. So that was definitely new for me, and I really liked it. But I kind of wish that I could have had more like sneakiness, but wasn't really in his character as he kind of progressed himself. He had his own plans.
Yeah.
Discretion was not one of them, apparently.
Yeah, definitely, being the leader, taking charge of the group, kind of, giving orders, sometimes haphazardly. And, taking advice from the rest of my crew when they were just like, you know what, Captain, maybe that isn't a good idea.